Okay, welcome back. So let's start off with recreating an income statement down to net operating profit for Ritz-Carlton, for any given Ritz-Carlton hotel. And luckily enough, we already did that. So I'm going to go to the Millennium tab. And looky here. Looky here. We already have one for a hotel. Just going to copy. And I'm going to paste. Okay. And I'm going to do a little double checking to make sure that my references are correct. So, okay. And that 28%, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to zoom in. It's 28%. I'm going to make sure that this is an absolute reference. Just in case, hit enter. I'm going to make sure that this is an absolute reference just to make sure. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the formatting here. No fill. Okay. Okay. And we have 365 nights in a year. Okay. And I'm going to rename this section. So I'm just going to say baseline RC hotel. Okay. And I'm going to put some lines there. And sorry about this. I'm going to get rid of the grid lines. They piss me off. Okay. So number of rooms sold, room nights at occupancy of 50%. And we'll kind of leave this be for now. Okay. 365 nights per year, which means in any given year under these assumptions, we would sell a total of 54,750 rooms at $302 a piece. This is total rooms revenue. Put a line there. Okay. And net operating profit wise, if we get to keep 28% of all the revenue that's coming in, presumably we would be able to keep this dollar amount. The owner would be able to keep this dollar amount in any given year. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and bold this. Okay. So this is for any 1 year. So this is 1 year, one property. Okay. Now, Ritz-Carlton owns some hotels, right? So I'm going to say owned hotels. Bold, put a line there. Okay. And we have as a given inside the case that Ritz-Carlton owns or has equity in 13 of those properties. Assume they keep the profits on all 13 of those properties. So I'm going to put in here 13. Okay. And I'm going to make this blue because it's kind of a given assumption, but you might want to be able to change that at some point. So presumably of the 13 owned hotel, like if they own 13 hotels, they would be able to keep 13 times this, right? Times that. So if they got to keep the net operating profits from 13 of their properties, and each property had a net operating profit of 4.68 million, right? They would be able to keep $60 million in net operating profit. Not too shabby, right? Okay. And presumably, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to make this an absolute reference. Presumably total rooms revenue, right? And total rooms sold. Format painter this, right? We can also kind of do that, just, real quick to kind of make things seem somewhat consistent. So this is on the 13 owned hotels. Okay. Now we have managed hotels. And we have inside the question prompt that Ritz-Carlton has management contracts on 38 properties. Okay, 38 properties. And we give here as a given, let's say, as a given that in the question prompt, Ritz-Carlton has a management contract on 38 properties and only earns a 3.26% base management fee on total revenues for managed properties. Okay, so we have total rooms revenue, and I'm going to say total rooms revenue. That's for one hotel times the 38 properties, right? And I'm going to absolutely reference that just in case. So this is the total rooms revenue on those 38 properties. And I'm going to say that 3.26%, management fee. Okay. So this means that Ritz-Carlton will earn 3.26% of, remember, of means times the total rooms revenue generated by the hotels that they manage. Okay, so this is total management fees. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the format there. Make this one purple, and I'm going to go ahead and make this one red. That's also going to be red. So if I kind of zoom out and I go back to our plan here, okay. This is our, oops. This is our orange section of a single model. Okay. That's our single model. This is the green part. Okay. And this is the purple part. Let's more outline colors. That purple pink part. That obnoxious magenta E color. Okay. So now remember, our plan is to this plus this, right, equals the total that that Ritz-Carlton stands to make. So I'm going to say total NOP from owned properties, okay, total management fees from managed properties, okay, equals total profit to Ritz-Carlton. Okay. This is that owned hotel. That's the total management fees. And this is the sum of the two. Okay, so total profit too. So in any given year, right? So this is for any given year, Ritz-Carlton stands to make $61 million from the properties that it owns. And it also stands to make $20.5 million in management fees on the 38 properties that it manages for owners like Millennium and, you know, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and whoever else owns Ritz-Carlton hotels, right? And so this should get us to the end of the baseline Ritz-Carlton model, and we will come back and do a sensitivity analysis.